Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to another episode of Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a podcast devoted to spirituality and dedicated to all things self-improvement. I am so delighted you're here with me today. Today we are going to be talking about the super full blue moon, also sometimes just referred to as the super full moon. This energy that's coming up in the next few weeks, and you've probably already started to feel it, is really, really intense. And I'm going to explain today what's going on, what you can expect to happen, and what are some things that you can do to help you get through this energy. And I'm also going to pull a few cards for you to give you some guidance for the upcoming week. So on August 30th, which is today, we have a super full moon in the sign of Pisces. This is the second full moon of the month, so it's also referred to as a blue moon. We normally only have one full moon a month, but this month we actually have two, and the second blue moon is always referred to as a blue moon. Blue moons are ultra rare, and they happen only once every 2.5 years or so, which means that when they show up, the energies are going to be something that you need to pay attention to. And since it is a super full moon, it's closer to the earth, so you're going to feel these energies a lot more. So if you have been feeling lately like, what the heck is going on? This is what's happening. Not only do we have a super full moon and a super full blue moon, we also have like 6 planets in retrograde. And of course, right now, Mercury is in retrograde, and we know what that always means. It means your technology is going to go haywire. Things are not going to go as planned. And if you had a day like I did today, oh my gosh, it was crazy. I got to school and there was no internet on just my computer. The lady next door to me had a computer that worked. She had internet. I was running, so I thought, I need to make some copies because my brain could not comprehend the fact that we had Wi-Fi and it was just my desktop that didn't have internet. So I still could have had the kids do what they were doing, but I panicked and went to go make paper copies, and the copiers were out of paper and like jammed, and I was running out of time. I run back and I realized, I can use my Chromebook because we have Wi-Fi. And then my first hour, they were just insane. They were excited, but not in a good way. And we tried to play a game, and I had created these game pieces. They ripped one up, and I lost it on them. I just had, explaining, I'm so glad you're excited. This is not how we behave in a classroom. And I thought immediately, like, what is going on? Oh yeah, we have a full moon. And I did notice last night that we had a full moon, and that always explains everything. If you work in the healthcare industry, or if you work in a school setting, you know when we have a full moon. You don't even have to look at an astrological chart or whatever. You just know. Everyone's behavior is just odd. It's just wacky and nothing goes the way that you think it should. That's what's going on. But what does this full moon really mean? Because other than expecting that things might go a little bit haywire for you, or that you might feel extra tired, or you may feel these extra heavy energies, what else does this really mean? Yes, it's a big surge or release of energy. It could be a time where you feel something exit your life, like a relationship, a job, or other energies that are not yours to carry, because moons are always about releasing what no longer serves us, and it's about manifesting what we want in our life. To me, it's about bringing those things into balance, right? Letting go and releasing what no longer serves us, and welcoming in the things that we really want to see in our lives. So if you release those things, then you have some new space to fill up your life with the things that you've always wanted. So aside from these moons, we have these retrogrades going on. Both Mercury and Venus are going retrograde together, and that can kind of be an intense combination. But retrogrades tend to have us dwelling and thinking about things from the past. And as we've talked about before, that sometimes means people or things from the past come back to us. So we may see people returning into our lives that we haven't talked to in a while. It's a time for reflection, really. That retrograde energy It can create delays, miscommunications, mishaps. So again, if you had a day like I did, you definitely saw that. I wanted to go home before school had even started today because I just thought, what is going on? And then I decided, okay, I just need to take some quiet time to myself. And sometimes I think that's what this is all about too. We move so fast through life. Sometimes it is a calling for us to come back to stillness and to get in touch with our higher selves again. It's a call for us to be patient because when things don't go right, what do? We get upset, we get emotional. It's time to prioritize making time in your life for stillness, for being patient, for a state of non-action. You don't always have to be on the go 24/7. When we go into a state of inner reflection and we connect to our inner world, we can realize that there is a lot of inner guidance that we already have within us. I know so many people who go through life and think, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what the right next step is to take, and I don't know what's happening. We already have those answers within us. Now is the time for you to take some time to sit in stillness. Retrogrades are the perfect time to do that. So spend some time journaling. If there's something that's really bothering you and you just really don't have the answer for it, take some quiet time out. Put the intention out there that you're sitting down to receive answers from your higher self or from your guides. Set a timer if you want and just sit in stillness and see what comes to you. Those thoughts that pop into your head, just start writing them down. That's generally our intuition. Spend some time meditating. It's a really good time to clear your energy because those energies are so heavy right now and you may be feeling exhausted or you just may not be feeling like yourself. A lot of times we pick up on everyone else's energy, and if the energies are already intense and then we have a gazillion people walking around with energy all over the place, we're going to pick up on that too. So walk through nature in order to calm yourself and to clear that energy. They say you can do what's called earthing, which is put your feet in the grass, like barefoot. Walk barefoot in the grass. Just let the sun shine on your face. Feel all of that energy moving back down into Mother Earth and healing you and really balancing you because it's so intense right now. Meditation, again, is another great way to clear your energy. And it's really, really important because a lot of times when we go through retrograde, we have the ability to sharpen our intuitive and psychic senses because those energies are so strong. So now's a really good time to do some practices to help you with that. Whether you do meditations or you just do some free writing and journaling to help you connect during these times, those gifts that we actually have. Everyone has psychic abilities and we have these natural gifts. You can sharpen these skills and hone these gifts even more during this time. The energy is out there. We just have to take the time to actually sit in stillness and be patient and work with it. Also, this Pisces full moon, the sign of Pisces is about creative efforts and creative endeavors. So you may be feeling the urge to do some creative projects right now. And that is definitely not a mistake because this is a time where that energy becomes even stronger. So you may be feeling called to create. And that actually is not a bad thing because so many things come out of creating. And I love when I get into those moods where I just decide that, I'm going to write or I'm going to paint or I'm going to do this. If you feel the urge to do that, go with it. Being creative is really, really helpful right now. And it's another way, again, to really direct that energy that you're feeling into something positive. It's a wonderful time to cleanse ourselves, to cleanse our energy. And there are a lot of rituals you can do right now during the full moon. One of the things that I really like to do during these really intense full moons is to sit down and to look at my journal of manifestations. I go back over them to look at, okay, what has happened so far? Have I been able to accomplish any of these things? Now, if you don't have manifestations that you have written down, it's okay. It's never too late to start. I like to get a journal because I don't know, I just like pretty journals and I like writing in them, but it doesn't matter. You can just get a piece of paper and sit down and think about what goals do you want to accomplish for this year? What things would you like to see happen in your life? And you're going to write them down. And during this time, I also recommend on another sheet of paper, writing down things that you would like to let go of right now. So what isn't serving you anymore? For example, you might say, okay, I feel really stressed out and overwhelmed and overworked right now. I could use some help. I could give up X, Y, and Z to lighten my load. And so that would help me out a lot. It might be that you decide to start doing grocery delivery instead of going grocery shopping every week because that's going to lighten your load. It might be that you decide to hire someone to come in and mow the grass for you so you don't have to do that anymore. Maybe you hire someone to come in once every few weeks to clean your house because you just don't enjoy it and you don't want to do it anymore. I don't judge. I don't enjoy that either. So whatever it is that you can do to help lighten your load. Another thing you might write down are things that you want to let go of because they no longer serve you. So I'm going to let go of procrastinating, and I'm going to try to be better about not procrastinating because so far it hasn't really served me that well. So I'm going to write that down. I am going to stop beating myself up when I make mistakes because it doesn't really fix the mistake and it just makes me feel bad about myself. So I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to try to stop having negative thoughts surrounding money. I'm not going to let it worry me anymore. Fear is creeping in and it's causing me to have these thoughts that take over, and then I'm manifesting more things to be worried about and it's really not serving me. So I'm going to write that down too. So go through and all of the things that you wrote down that you want to let go of, get rid of, take that list. And I always like to say to the universe, I am releasing this to you in love. It no longer serves me. I no longer need it. I'm giving it back to you. And I burn it. Now, make sure you're burning it in a safe way. I always have water by me if I'm going to burn something, just in case, because I don't want to burn my house down. You could also just tear it up. You don't have to burn it. I just like the act of burning something and just letting it go, getting rid of it. So then I would burn that. And then I would take a look at the things I want to manifest, and I would say thank you to the universe for all of these wonderful blessings that are coming into my life. I'm so deserving of them, and I am so grateful for all of the things that you bring to me. And then start listing your manifestations, and again, thanking the universe. And that was the time to really be dreamy, like daydreamy. Dream about what it would feel like if you had those things that you want to see in your life. If you're manifesting a car, what does it feel like to step inside that car and to drive it around for the first time? Like, how excited would that feel? So think about how you would feel having it. What does it look like? What does it sound like? All of those things. Because the more we kind of daydream and then we also show gratitude, we're getting more into the energies and the vibrations of calling those things in. So get into the habit of doing that. And I would look at those manifestations and spend some time doing that at least once a day, maybe even twice a day, like when you wake up and maybe before you go to bed, and just saying thank you for all of these amazing blessings that are coming into my life. I already have so much, but I can't wait for all of this to come in because I deserve it, and the universe loves me and wants to bless me, and so I can't wait to welcome it in. So continue to do that. You can also, under a full moon, set your crystals outside in the moonlight to charge. And sometimes when I'm outside and there's the full moon, I will take my manifestation list outside and just look up at the moon while I am thanking the universe for all of those things. Those energies are so powerful and strong right now. It really is. And you may find, since we had a full moon on August 1st, you may find that during this full moon, some things or events that happened to you during that full moon may come back around to you. Also, there may be greater closure for you if something happened to you during the August 1st full moon, and now during this one, you may have the closure coming to you. It's powerful energy that can trigger things surrounding relationships, money, self-worth, and values. But it doesn't have to drive you crazy. The thing is, when we get triggered, it is because the universe is bringing things up that we need to address. So it's kind of a part of doing shadow work, right? A trigger comes up. Ask yourself, what is this really all about? Is it about what I really think it's about? And usually it's not. So if it's a money thing that comes up, what is this about? It's showing me where I still need to work on my money issues. I still have this thought in my head that I don't deserve money, or that I have to work hard for money, or that money can't come to me easily. And that's not true. That's just lie. That's a lie I've been telling myself, or those are lies I've been telling myself my whole life. So now I need to work on that. And I can work on that through mantras, saying things like, I am worthy and deserving of money. Money always finds me. And at first, you may not feel that it's true, but once we keep trying to tell ourselves these things, we can start to shift not only our thinking, but what's happening around us, because our thoughts really do create our reality. So I would challenge you to start using those mantras every day to try to shift the way that you think and feel about money. And the feeling part usually always comes second. It really does, because those emotions are deep. We hold and carry those things deep within our bodies. So maybe get an energetic clearing to help you release some of those tightly held beliefs you have around money. Maybe do an emotional freedom technique, a tapping. You can do a YouTube search. So if, let's say, a money issue comes up for you and you have fear surrounding money and you know that, but you don't know how to get rid of it, do an EFT tapping, releasing fear surrounding money. And I always tell my clients, when you do a tapping, before you get started, close your eyes, take a deep breath, really get settled into your body, and ask yourself, on a scale of 0 to 10, how big is my fear? 0 being it doesn't bother me at all, and 10 being I can hardly stand this. Where's the fear? Then do the tapping. And again, you can just do a YouTube search for tapping for fear surrounding money. Brad Yates is one that I really like on YouTube, and his last name is Yates. But find a tapping that you like, and then you're going to do the tapping, and then when it's done, you're going to sit with yourself again. And sitting in stillness is really a big thing. It helps so much to get connected to ourselves, to our higher selves, because we always have the answers within us. So really get into your body again. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, get grounded, put your feet on the floor, and then ask yourself again, okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, how big is my fear surrounding money? Okay, right now it's at a 7. It was at a 10, it's at a 7. That's good, you're making progress. Now keep going. The goal is you want to do it as many times as you can in order to get as close to 0 as you can. The more you do it, the better it is, because our trauma lies in our body in layers. It's like layers of an onion. You peel it back, there's another layer. So we've got to keep working on those issues until we get to the very heart of it and the very root of it. And that might take a few times. But know that you can do it. And again, if you use those mantras really do help, because they start to become first nature to us instead of just something we do. It starts to become the first thing we think, not that old negative talk that would come up before. We're starting to replace that. And the EFT really helps also with that, to get to the different layers of where that money story is, or I think it's like a trauma, really. It's trauma when we think we don't have enough. That's traumatic, because we feel like our needs aren't being met, but our needs will be met, and the universe wants to meet our needs. We just have to start realizing that we're worthy and deserving, and that it can come in any way. Money is just energy. So whatever is coming up for you, now is the time to really work on that. And I love doing those little rituals. Another one you can try, I've heard of this, and I can't really say what I think of it, but I can share this with you because maybe it will help some of you out there. I don't really know. But one of the things that I've heard that you can do, especially around the time of a full moon, because the energies are so strong, is you can take cinnamon and salt and wash your hands with cinnamon and salt. So you put some cinnamon and some salt in your hands, rub them together, and say a few money mantras like, I love money, money loves me, money is always finding me, money comes in quickly and easily, I always have more than enough money, money comes in and money loves to stay. So whatever money mantras you want to look up for yourself, and say those as you're rubbing your hands with the cinnamon and the salt. And maybe do that for, 30 seconds and then wash your hands. It's supposed to bring money in. Now, again, disclaimer, I don't know if it works or not. I haven't really tried it. I just saw it the other day and I thought, that's kind of interesting. So I thought I would throw that out there for you in case there was anyone who wanted to try it. One thing I have heard is the bay leaves, and I have done that, and I do think that that works. If you take bay leaves and you write your manifestation on the bay leaf, and then you burn the bay leaf. But again, anytime you're doing manifestations and doing burnings, please be very careful. The manifestations, as you're saying them, I would also express gratitude that it's already yours, because again, energy is always in alignment with the things that we want. And so if we don't believe it's going to happen, like, you're kind of wasting your time doing that. So you have to get into the alignment of belief. I believe this can happen for me. I know it is coming. I'm so excited about it, and I can't wait to see how that shows up. So just another thing that you can do, because full moons are always a good time to do different kind of rituals. It's a good time to clear your house, to burn some sage or some Palo Santo and just clear your house. It's always a good idea to do that every now and then anyway. So look forward to some interesting energies, but hopefully they won't cause you too many problems. Again, grounding yourself and clearing your energy are two of the best ways to keep yourself protected energetically during these times. So I thought I would pull a few cards for you today to give you a little wisdom for the upcoming week. I asked my guides, what messages what do the collective need to hear right now to help them through this time of high energy? And so this is what came out from the deck by Angela Rose. And the first one is, fear is a liar. It's important to know that most of us think we are not enough or we are too much. You are not alone in feeling this way. Most of us feel scared of trying new things, terrified of life not working out, or afraid we won't succeed. If you're feeling any of these things, you are normal. I'm here to tell you that these are fears, but they are not true. If you have an idea, feeling about something, or a dream, it is for you. Are you going to let fear dictate your life, or are you willing to step into your greatness? The action that goes along with this card is name your fears. What are they? Have a releasing ceremony. Tear up the page or burn it safely. If you feel afraid, confront your fears. I love that. And again, full moon is the perfect time to confront your fears and to tear them up. And the mantra that goes with this card is, today I will confront my fear and stand in my power. I love that. The next card we have is, what excuse am I making? There are always going to be distractions, worry, and fears that we will face when wanting something different in our life. It can feel scary living in the unknown and not knowing exactly how life will unfold when we leap into something new. Trust that you will be fully supported and do it afraid. The action for this card is, take one small action step today to build momentum and confidence. Trust in yourself. You can do this. And the mantra that goes with this card is, I can do hard things. The next card coming out is, trust in the wisdom of your soul. You are being led to discover who you really are. Where is your soul leading you? Are you answering the call? When we quiet our mind, we can listen to our inner wisdom and hear our soul's calling. I told you, now is the time to sit in stillness and go within and seek the answers from within. You already have the answers within you. You already have it. You came here with the answers. We just need to reconnect to our inner selves, to our higher selves, and to connect with what we came here to do, who we truly are, and what we want in our life. The action for this card is, meditate and listen to the call. You will hear the call. It will feel like a soul yes. Unpack it. Write it down. The mantra that goes with this card is the wisdom of my soul knows the way. I trust in it. And lastly, we have mirror. Everyone is a reflection of their own perceptions. What you see in another is also what you see within yourself. Whether positive or negative, there is new growth here for you to see. If someone is triggering you, ask yourself, what is this person doing that is reminding me of myself? Be honest. That is the only way you can grow. That's so true. People who trigger things in us are just reflecting things back to us. Like, this is what you need to work on. This is what you don't like about yourself. And it's not a bad thing. It's just something for us to consider and to make improvements upon. Okay, I see this in someone else and I don't like it, but I also do that myself. So maybe I need to work on that. The mantra for this card is, today, I will look within at why I feel triggered. So true. Oh, I love that. All right. Well, you will survive this energy and great things are coming in. So just be patient, sit in stillness, and know that once this energy passes, there are going to be some really cool things coming in for you. So just sit tight until those things come in. Try to ride the wave as it comes, but everything is going to be all right. And if you like this podcast, I hope that you share it with others. I hope you leave me a positive review from wherever you're listening, because that helps my podcast more than you could ever know, and I truly appreciate it. And if you like the card readings, you can join me on Patreon for a free trial. And we do a live card reading each week, plus you get extra episodes of this podcast, and you also get guided meditations on that channel. So if you joined us for 7 days, it costs you nothing. And if you like it, you can stay with us. And if you don't, you can cancel at any time with no obligation to you. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day this week. Also, I forgot to mention, if you want to do the free trial, the link is in the show notes of this podcast. The link to my website is also there, and all of my social media that you can follow me, because I do post video readings on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So I'd love to see you over there. I hope you guys have a beautiful day today, a beautiful week. You will get through it, I promise. And as always, I am sending you so much love and light. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.